Okay, here we go. F-18 versus the Su-27 over Lake Mead. This is the final four, fight one of the final four. And I took the Hornet. I just like the Hornet better. The Su-27 is very interesting and very capable aircraft that I like to fly sometimes, but um, he put some shots out. I wondered if I couldn't remember if he did or not. Um, they weren't that close. I always try to give a little bit of separation. I probably need to give more separation, but I'm also worried that I'll turn and then they'll kind of turn and I'm always afraid that it'll just get kind of weird. So anyway, because I know I was purposely kind of in the 550 or so range just so that I could get some altitude, but I wanted to pull over the top. Um, Unless he did anything like really weird that would make it where it wasn't a good idea to go vertical. I had already decided I wanted to go vertical just because the F-18 is so good at slow speeds and high alpha. And so I figured if I could get him vertical, I could either get inside his turn pretty easily or I could get him low energy where the flanker is not as good. It kind of worked. He's pretty fast. So anyway, it did kind of work though, but not quite the way I wanted. But anyway, luckily he's nosing down. I was able to nose down, and I'm still pretty slow. I've got to be careful because you can pull hard enough on the Hornet that it just won't gather energy very well. You can also get it so fast that it won't turn and it won't bleed energy, at least in DCS. But right here, he's really fast again, but so far I have been in no danger from him at all, except for on the merge because he wanted to shoot me. So I'm pulling pretty hard here. What's my AOA? 24. I figured it was kind of high because I remember just pulling really hard there. And looky there, he's fast, but I'm in pretty good shape. And now I can kind of relax a little bit and pick up some energy. Now, I'm not going to be able to pick up energy the way he does, but whenever your turn radius is half the size of the other guy, um, you're not doing too bad. Now he's pulling away from me, and I decided somewhere in here, I can't remember where, but I decided I was just going to kind of like point for the average of where he's going. I was going to chase him a little bit and try to position my aircraft where I could see him somewhere in or around my HUD. I prefer the F-16 for this kind of stuff because you've got such better visibility. But I wasn't going to chase him. You'll remember in some of my videos where I'm in the F-16, my turns wind up being sort of like larger amplitudes than the enemy. Here they're not. They're very minute compared to his, and that's because the more he turns, I don't care how fast he's going. The more he turns, the closer I get. Now, the downside is that I let my airspeed get up pretty high. And like I said earlier, the Hornet can sometimes not just refuse to turn um, if you get too high. So right in here, I'm so fast that I'm going to hit the G limit whenever I try to pull, and I'm not going to be bleeding airspeed very fast whenever I get close to him and he tries to pull. So I'm going to have to do some throttle management here, and luckily I kind of realized that before it was too late. I remember going like, wait a minute, I'm going really fast. So he almost got me though. I'm outside his turn circle, but I pulled throttle and started pulling really hard. So I did bleed my energy down. He's bleeding his energy down. We're closer to even, and I'm 2,300 feet away from him. So it worked out really, really well. He kind of played into my hand. That would have benefited him a lot if I wouldn't have realized that I was too fast and pulled my throttle back. I'm closer now. I'm even closer. So, and I'm going fast, so I'm in danger of doing it again. But obviously, we got him on the cross there, and kind of follow him around, pull throttle a little bit, make sure he punches out. Um, we're good to go. So the Hornet is so good at just turning. If you can just kind of watch what you're doing and be patient with it, and like it will get you out of a bind. The Hornet will really get you out of a bind. if you allow yourself to get in one. But you just have to realize it in time. Okay, that's the key. So anyway, Hornet's going to move on.